Even before the tournament started, cricket fans had highlighted June 15 on their printouts of the 2013 ICC Champions Trophy fixtures. On the peanut board, in fluorescent it said India vs Pakistan at Birmingham. Just one thing matters in an Indo-Pak face-off: a win. Nothing else satisfies fans from either side of the border. Pakistan may be out of the tournament and India may have already qualified for the semi-finals. But what these high-on-adrenaline fans may remember is, so what if we didn't win the tournament? We beat India or Pakistan in short. A win over the arch-rivals is like earning the pardon for the past defeats. Let's see what India captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni said in the press conference.
Mahi, how we are looking at this match? Is it just another match? It is match against Pakistan, or is it an important match?
I think it's an important match. To have a look at it is very important. It doesn't matter which side you are really playing, so because the reason being all the international sides are good enough, so no real point taking any added pressure. So if there's anything that you can avoid as a team, especially the fact we're talking about pressure, we should look to avoid it. No, I think it's exactly the same because all the international sides, most of them, they have got good fast bowlers. And Pakistan, they have got a good spinner also up their sleeve.
In terms of if it's going to be raining tomorrow?
The England weather, it's very unpredictable. As of now, showers, they have said we may have a bit of shower, but we'll see before the start of the game how it looks. Look up at the sky, see what's really happening, where the clouds are coming from. And once you get so close to the game, the forecast, they are a bit more realistic. So we'll see, how it goes. What also needs to be seen is whether it will be so much rain affected that, the team that bats second may end up only batting 20 or 25 overs. Then the team who has batted first has a bit of a disadvantage. That's to my feeling. But, once the game starts and everything goes well and all of a sudden the match gets reduced to a 35-over game, which is still big enough, I think then the side batting second, has a bit of a disadvantage because they've already played a few overs and they think it's a 50-over game, and then all of a sudden they need to change their plans. If you see Shikhar, me and Shikhar, we batted together in the Challenger Trophy from where I was picked for India. Obviously, it was slightly easy for me, the reason being I was a wicket keeper, and if you're a specialist batsman, you compete with a slightly more number of cricketers. And that time we had quite a settled batting, you can say, or the opening pair that we had got. He got a bit of chance in the middle in the last, I think, 3 years, if I'm not wrong. But the problem is, when you get games on and off, the real problem is, you don't really know whether you'll play the next game or you'll get a few games in a go. So that really, affects the thinking of a cricketer. But now what has happened is also that stint that he got, a few games that he got, showed him where he needs to be, what are the areas that he needs to improve. And now all of a sudden when he gets a chance, he's sure about the fact that he'll get a few games, if not too many, which gives him time to settle down and doesn't really push him to think as to what will happen if he doesn't perform in this particular game. So I think it really helps each and every individuals, and it is something that we want to do as a team for every individual who's selected for the Indian cricket teams.
Before they play an important match, how do you motivate them?
Well, motivation has never been a factor, especially when you're representing your country and you're talking about, 1.2 billion people and the expectation level is very high. So I don't think motivation is, something that needs to be, a speech needs to be given to motivate the guys. I think all of them are very motivated. It's just that, it's important to enjoy the game more than anything else. When we picked up cricket, or when any individual picks up any sport, it's for enjoyment. Nobody really thinks at a very early stage that it will be his career, where he will earn money. So I think that's what is important at the top level also. When you are competing at the top level, it's important to still, stick to the fact that it is still a sport. You are there to enjoy, you are there to give 100%. And that's what something is of utmost importance. And I think all these individuals, they have been able to do that. They've been able to mix match everything, their fitness, their cricketing, and their life at the same time. So I think, that enjoyment factor is the key.
Have you reminded them from time to time about this entertainment factor?
No, I think they understand that very well.
Do you think like in this kind of situation they are less dangerous for India or more dangerous?
Well, there are two ways to look at it. It depends on what they are thinking. If their thinking is they have nothing really to lose, let's go out, be expressive on the field, don't bother about the result, then they can be dangerous. But if the thinking is, they have not qualified, this is a game against India, let's win this game, so that we have it as a consolation prize, they'll be in big trouble. So it depends on what entirely they are thinking. Well, I think we are a side that relies quite a bit on a good start. It doesn't really mean that we always need 100 partnership. We need some time. The openers need to spend some time in the middle, and that really calms the dressing room. And that has been the case. Whenever we have got off to a good start, more often than not, we have been able to capitalize on the fact.